Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, I am psyched to bring you a beauty of a map today. Not only that, it's 100% vanilla for those of you that like vanilla, and that includes the theme and the LUT. The map doesn't even suffer for it. So, this creator we have done twice in the past, getting 13 stars on each occasion, and today's map has a little bit of a nod to one of those two previous maps. Kind of a backstory, a prequel, so to speak. It's either that or my imagination. Either way, there is an Easter egg to be seen later on in today's show. But before we do anything with today's show, we need to show some support, some love, some cherishment for me. Thank you very much. That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thank you for your support. Today's map is Reynolds Harbour Vanilla by Wellington 6012. Again, if you recognise the name 6012 and Wellington, then you've definitely seen one of their maps in the past. There's your start square, loads of build plane. In fact, you couldn't really get too much more build plane on there, could you really? And terrain map, something new that we are doing, is looking pretty good. Pretty good, happy with that. Resources, lots and lots of oil under the water, lots of ore under the hills. Fertile land, none. There is a reason for that. We'll cover that in this part of the show, which is the workshop. Now, there's nothing to subscribe to. It is a 100% vanilla map, although there is a hint to a power station that you could use for detailing. We'll be using the vanilla European theme and the vanilla European LUT. As for fertile land, it does say in the description that they don't like the bright yellow colouring of the theme in the fertile, so they've chosen not to put any down. And I can understand that. But I think there is a way around it. First of all, let's have a look at this bridge over bridge combo. And also the big rocks in the water. Now, I'm just going to get this out of the way right now. Rocks in the water, they're obviously vanilla, which means water glitching. There is water glitching in between certain rocks on this one. There's very little that a creator can do to get around that, short of using water-friendly rocks like those from Zardos that everybody likes using because they're water-friendly and they're bloody nice as well. Oh, and we've got a banana about here as well. I'll show you this one, banana about. But yes, I was talking about the fertile land being bright yellow. There is a way about it which I'll try and show you a bit later on. It's a little trick that I used while making Merrick's though, because I found exactly the same. I was really unhappy with the fertile colour, and I just didn't want it all the same fertile colour as well. So I found a way of keeping all the land fertile. Or notice the hedges on the left there. The hedges on the left. Hints the hedges, no more than that. Like that, clever work. But yes, yeah, I wanted to keep all the fertile land fertile, but I wanted to have a mix of colours, and there is a way of doing it. A little bit of glitching in the road there. Well, maybe I'll have a look at that in a moment. But yes, standard, perfectly lovely interchange going on here. And a little off-ramp going down over the harbour. Used as a retaining wall there. That's all good. I think that glitching, we'll find glitching somewhere else on the map instead. I think. I know there's somewhere else that we've got a bit of that glitching going on. Now you're going to love these interchanges. They are a little bit convoluted, but I love them. I love convolution. Like here. Oh, by the way, ignore the little thing you're going to see in a moment. I didn't mean to get that in camera shot. There, it's out. You didn't see it, did you? No, we'll come back to that. Anyway, yes, interchanges. I'm liking the way that the harbour walls, the quays, that's it, quays are being used tiered up. It's very convoluted. It's kind of ugly. It's kind of ugly in a way that I'm okay with. Sometimes you do get ugly in cities and stuff. I don't too many problems with it, but yes, it's built up, it's convoluted, it's way too much. I love it. Not marking it down, no, sue me. Anyway, there you go. All good stuff there. Coming down into the start square. The start square roundabout. I guess a roundabout's as good a thing as anything to have in the start square to get you going. And as you know, there's loads of room to build into in the start square. But where's our asset? There's normally an asset. Well, I'll let you know. It's not actually... Oh, you've seen it. Darn it. Today's asset of the day is Kitjawijitn by QuadRioters. QuadRioters, I knew they were going to run out of cool words and cool names for their buildings eventually and start coming up with like creative. It's probably a native Indian name for something. Sounds like native Indian to me. But yes, Kitjawijitn. That's you call it, Quad. I love your stuff. Oh, science fiction and all that. Factoids, because factoids, science fiction again. Leonardo da Vinci invented the parachute in 1480. Well, it was science fiction at the time because nobody could find a use for it for nearly 400 years. I'm sure there was a use for it in 1480. People climbed to the... Oh, nobody climbed to the top of Everest by then, did they? Anyways, there you go. Quad Kitjawijitn by QuadRioters. If you're looking for a sci-fi building, maybe that is going to do the job for you. Very nice, Quad. Very nice. And back to the highways of Reynolds Harbour Vanilla by Wellington 6012. And the two-tier bridge coming over to this. Look at this. This is just ugly in the extreme. In the way that highways are supposed to be. I mean, they're just like loads of tarmac and stuff. It's horrible. But beautifully horrible. I'm just absolutely in awe of the splendid, how splendidly over the top it is. It's brilliant. Oh, I don't know. I'll hold my hand up here. I've got my hand up in. I don't know if you can see my hand in the air here. My last map build, St. Catherine's Point. I definitely went about making a highly convoluted intersection as well on the mainland. A lot of people looked at me and said, "What? What?" Yeah, I know. Sometimes you just got to do it. Sometimes you just got to be creative. Here we go. Some glitching here. Just show you. We've got a couple of instances of this where we are. We're looking at a creator who's tried to do something and we can't drop it any lower. Dropping it lower is how we're going to get rid of that glitching, but we have props and networks underneath, and if we drop the props and networks underneath, then we get the glitching of the terrain at the sides. So I can see what they've done there, and they're kind of accepting that we've got this black glitching in the road where it joins up at the start of the crossover. Yeah, I'm sure that there's probably a way around that one. There's got to be a way around that one, but I can understand. I mean, it's still detracting from the beauty of the map. I don't think they were expecting to get 5 stars for aesthetics anyway. Were they really? Even though it is an outstanding, beautifully map, it's so hard to get 5 stars for aesthetics in any map, whether or not you're using custom assets. Come down here, little drive, and there's bound to be a pillar or something under here, isn't there? Let's come under here. And oh, what? How do we bounce up? I was down at road level. Let me try it from this side. Oh, bloody trees in the way now. Hang on. Let me get back down to the highway. Right, so we're going to try and drive under here again. If it'll let us, will you let us? Will you let us? No, you won't. Oh, okay, we won't bother going under there. We'll go over it, okay? We'll go over it. There you go. Got a little bit of glitching here. Tiny little bit of glitch. Oh, blue mantle as well. Okay, never mind. Weeny bit blue mantle there. Smidgy bit. Okay, we'll head off around this way and we'll think about the rail. Think about the rail. Is the rail going to be any good? Is it going to be convoluted? Is it going to be pretty? It's going to be pretty rail. It might be. There's the rail. There's the rail. I knew we were going to get there eventually. The rail, it's, of course, it's very smooth, very elegantly done. It's very over the top in places, but that's fine. Sometimes you just got to let your hair down and go absolute. Just go with it. Just go with it. You can always get the bulldozer out and knock it out and such. But yeah, down here in the fog, we've got this 3-way junction, which they've got the double width bridge going across here. This is so nice, so nice. And look at the pillars at the bottom there, like the use of the extra pillar bases, bringing that up high. That's lovely. Good work again. And don't forget, 100% vanilla. There's nothing in here that you cannot do in the map editor yourself. Anyway, double lines around the wind farm. Do like a very nice wind farm, and that is a very nice wind farm if I say so myself. And then down here we're a little bit dug in. We're going to go underneath this crossover and around here. Now there is something special coming up, and we're not going to look at it in any detail until after the intermission, because we're kind of just following networks and looking around, just getting an overview of the map. That's why we look at the networks, partly to laugh at any glitching and stuff like that, but also to wonder at perfect bridges, but also just to get a lay of the land, have a little look around. You can just get a feel if this is your sort of map once we've done a little drive through the map down at ground level. In this case, not driving, but rolling along the rails. Now there is somewhere. We're going to find it. I thought we were there. No, there you go. It's just across the river. So under the bridge there, across the river. Oh, look at this. This unfinished rail bridge. Tidily done again. And you'll notice they've used the footpaths to indicate where the tracks are going to go. That's very nice detailing. That is very nice indeed. Extra stuff. I do like extra stuff. Come down under the twin level bridge there, past everybody's favourite factories, and the extra bit of detailing we'll be having a look at in a minute. And those factories are there for a reason as well. I know it's unusual to see them plop down for a reason other than to look ugly. And anyway, and off into the fog, which means it's intermission time. Hold on to your hats.
Do you have trouble knowing how to start a new city? Do you need to return to the absolute basics just this once? Don't worry, I won't tell. Then you need BonBonB's Beginner's Guide to Your First City. Click the information button now.
And back to Reynolds Harbour Vanilla by Wellington 6012. And we have shipping routes that go into the nooks and crannies with smooth curves and arcs. They're so sweetly done. Here we've got two shipping lanes that run alongside each other, don't cross over, so we'll have no crashing of ships into each other and leave plenty of room for the ships to go either side and off out into the fog. But there you go, look at that. It's like a tree. It's ever so pretty. Just so pretty. Then you've got water. Water flows downhill, and in Reynolds Harbour it surely does that. Goes past the start square like so. So we've got water flow there. You'll notice we have some pipes already in place. What's this going on underneath everybody's favourite factory? Well, let's have a look. Let's grab the move it, and if you pull that out, you can see we've got some pipes in place already, some pumping bits and pieces already down. So actually you're kind of set and ready to go. Now, there's a dam here. You may have noticed the dam. This is very sweet indeed. Probably the best vanilla dam we've seen since the last best vanilla dam, which is Revelstoke, of course, by Bringer of Fire. This one's very slick, possibly inspired. That's where your extra power station's going to go if you want to do something like that. You'll notice some glitching, a little bit of glitching. This is a very temperamental dam, apparently. If you pull back also, you'll see some glitching in the textures like so. Seagulls outside my window. I'm narrating. Go away. Anyways, yes, it's very sweet. Don't go playing with it though, because you will leak instantly. It does warn you in the description. We've got this little brook, little creek, a curvy creek as well. Not a realistic creek, it's just aesthetic. It's beautifully aesthetic. It fills the gap that is here, which would have just been the plain bit of hillage. But now we've got this creek that comes around, this kind of curves down, makes no sense. And it's beautiful in the way that it does it. Well done, Wellington, for popping in something that is completely pointless and completely brilliant at the same time. I love it. That's excellent. Over here we have got, yes, we have got a quarry. A quarry with the rail coming up and into it. It's quite tidily done. Now, note the gravel. Now, this gravel is troublesome stuff. It's okay if you're working with completely flat ground, but if you're working on hills, it's non-terrain conforming, and then you start getting floaty bits of gravel. And I promise you, we're going to find a little bit of floaty gravel in today's show. Possibly down in here, this little feature area where we've got a new road being built. we'll pull up here. You can see where the slip roads are being put in. Once again, clever use of the footpaths. And if we pop down a little bit closer, you'll see we've got some gravel being used here, and on the slopes there it's a bit floaty. Now, okay, I'm being a little bit pedantic coming in so close to have a look at that. And again, we seem to have some floating down at pretty much at ground level because it's not perfectly flat land. But I do like this going on here. Partial clearing of the road where it's going to go is in the process of being done. It's all very nice, and attention to detail is high, but we expect no less. I just love these little feature areas. It's excellent. What more can we have a look at? If I pull back, there was things. I'll probably we'll do the farms in a minute. Over here now, this is good again. 100% vanilla. Now I know we've got one of these on the workshop that you can build in, but this is a turntable for all the rail. Possibly I'd be using catenary replacer to get rid of the catenaries on this little section here. It just looks a bit awkward with all the catenaries on it, but it's still excellent work. Of course it's excellent work. It's Wellington. Oh, it's Wellington. You're the Duke. Right, what more? Now over here we've got farms, and we're talking about fertile land. Okay, so this is clearly supposedly fertile land, but it's not, but it is. Let me just use the resource painter. There we go. Let me paint in some fertile. You'll see what I mean. It's a bit on the yellow side. I can understand why Wellington wouldn't want to have this as the but there is a way around it. Okay, so that's 100% fertile, packed out fertile resources. Yeah, now I'm going to take the ore. I'm going to paint over it with ore. Now look at the fertile land. The color has changed. We're still 100% fertile, but we have now got it's kind of like dulled down by having the ore popped over it. Let me come out alongside it and show you what the fertile land looks like on its own compared to it. So yeah, there is a way around it. You can dim down the colour, paint over with oil. Now show you what the oil mix looks like that. So yeah, there are ways of dulling down the colour of the fertile land. If you want to use it, just paint ore over the top of it, and it just takes the edge off of it. But I don't think the yellow is quite that bad, especially if you're going to use it only within the areas of the fields. For the infamous field painting, which everybody thinks that I hate. I don't always hate it. It just depends on the map and how it's done and how it's used. There's no set rule on field painting. Let's come down and have a look down here at the coast, because we've got this bar coming along the bottom of the coast. It's quite aesthetic. This road is going to wend about a lot as well. But it's quite nicely aesthetic. You can be popping down here some lovely high level residential, all your mansions and those sort of things down here. I think it'd be lovely. And national park up here, I think. Definitely, if you've got park life, you can be doing some stuff up here, I think. And we've got the castle. Now let's check out some of the stuff for the castle. I'm buying the location for the castle. That's a definite. I don't mind the layout of the castle. Got the like the raised part at the back, and then we've got these walls at the front, and we've got the doors facing inwards. Wellington, you are a star. Everything about that, even the castle, even the tower there is the door facing backwards as well. Highly defendable castle, very nice indeed. We've got the essential lighthouse in orange. Orange it is. Now, a minor grumble with this one, tiny stuff. You can't open the door. Well, you can if it opens inwards. And the answer to this would be, and I can kind of understand why they haven't. This because you don't want to have the concrete glitching around the outside. Have I got it yet? Yes, I have. Raising it up. So raising it up so you can now open the door. There we go. And you've got the concrete on the side. So that's about perfect. The concrete on the side that they probably didn't want to show. But, and I say but, over there you've got another lighthouse. Another essential lighthouse. In green, a green one. Look, we've got the concrete around the outside, but you can access that one. I would say that is a better lighthouse. I'm trying to get everything into shot there, bouncing around. Yes, that's a much better attempt. Very nice, good work again. Very, very good work. Right, what more have we got on this map? There was so much. What about that Easter egg? Shall we do the Easter egg? Do you remember Oson Shao? Do you remember the one with the salamander? The giant salamander with the footprints? Look at that. It's a footprint, but that is not all. You think that could just be a coincidence, but it's not. Let's come in closer. Look, we've got a stone salamander. How could that possibly grow into a giant salamander, I ask you? Well, it is possible. And if you read all your Marvel comics, these are always done via radiation. Radiation is what causes these salamanders to grow giant size. There you go. Radioactive salamander. Oh, Wellington 6012. What can I say? What can I... Can be seen from space. It's so radioactive. Anyway, that is just lovely. That is just lovely. If you've not seen Osun Shao, I'll try to remember to link it at the end of today's show. You've really got to go and check out that review if you haven't seen it already. So yes. Osun Shao. Osun Shao. Anyway, I'm still probably pronouncing that wrong badly. Anyway, we're about done, I think. And let's have a scoot around here, looking for somewhere aesthetically pleasing for a thumbnail. I think the dam maybe. There's not really much of a background view from the dam though. Right, well, I'm finding somewhere. Your chance to vote on the map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the viewer's choice top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. And I would like it to be, please. I would like it to be. Please. If this can't be a top 10 map, then I don't know what is. There we go. That's the thumbnail, isn't it? Aesthetically speaking, it's very lovely. Is it 5 stars? No, it's not 5 stars. We've got just a few bits that are a little bit clunky, or and those interchanges, they're ugly, beautifully ugly, but ugly. 4 stars for aesthetics. Detailing, on the whole, excellent work. Excellent work. We've got 1 or 2 bits like the blue mantle and the road glitching, but it's still a very high standard. It's 4 stars for detail. Gameplay potential, I think you've got lots of options with this map, lots and lots of options, and even though there's no fertile land on there, I still think there's so many options that it's still 5 stars for gameplay. I'm going to go with that one as well. So there you go, Reynolds Harbour Vanilla by Wellington 6012. I can't give it the seal of approval. Now, why is that? Because I have to fill for time. Yes, I am giving it the seal of approval. Sorry, I got to the end of the show too quickly. I had to bluff. I had to bluff. Oh, hell spells. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for the Steam Weekly Chart Show, where we take in another top 20 assets, mods, themes, whatever's. I have no idea what's going to be on there this week, but whatever it is, it's going to be the top 20 items to go with all the other top 20s we've done. And of course, Osun Shao is now on screen. If you want to go and check it out, plus an old map from over a year ago if you want to vote on that one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon.